And that happens when you suffer from a very severe chronic disease which never disappears because it's always flying around you, that you have to find a way to arrange yourself with it in order to either conquer or to lose the fight against it. So it's a big, big thing, you know. It's all here. It's, you know, I call it brain porn. It is what it is, you know. You know, this constant fight and this constant feelings between total excitement and total disappointment. So there's a lot going on, you know. But like I said, I'm so grateful that I can share this story with you because I would never ever got the opportunity to do this without my disease. I would probably end up to be a ski instructor, very boring, you know, or a very bad hockey coach. I don't know, you know. And no, I mean, I slipped into something which I would like to introduce you tonight. It's called PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic fields. And the reason why I'm in this business or in this topic is because when I left the hospital, I figured out for myself that the best way to conquer this disease and to overcome this frustration and to look forward again and to build something new was to take responsibility for my health. So I wanted to do everything to stay healthy, to not get the cancer message again. So I wanted to become proactive. The problem is, if you want to become proactive, no matter with what it is, you need education. And I was lacking education at that time because I never cared about medical stuff or health. You don't do this at the age of 26. Because in general, you're a healthy person. You don't have to do it. And now I was in this mess. I was looking like a mess. I was feeling like a mess. And I had to find something to get out of this mess. And I started educating myself. I started investigating what kind of food can I eat to get better quickly, and so on and so on. Hydration. I figured out I need to detox quickly to get the toxins from the chemotherapy out. We know nowadays that 50% of the cancer patients, they die from collateral damage caused by the toxins of the chemotherapy. You know, these are facts. They are known. I'm not telling you fairy tales here. These are known facts. And I figured out I need to get rid of these toxins in order to recover, in order to control this collateral damage, or not to let it happen, or create other diseases based on that. So, what can you do when you detox? And so on. So I figured out some stuff, and then I started reading books. I started attending lectures. At that time, we didn't have anti-Google. You know, we couldn't go to Google and ask for detox. If you do this nowadays, what happens? You get 2 million sites, and half of them they tell you should do this, and half of them they tell you should do exactly the opposite, right? So, because you know why? Because Google is not intelligent. Google is just a search engine, and it just is looking for results what people post on the internet. I just tell you, don't believe Google all the time. This is all I tell you, because Google is not an encyclopedia like we have when we go to the libraries. It is just a search engine. And it also displays all the crap what people post there. So if you're looking for something, for answers, you may be unlucky and get a crap answer. Don't forget this, okay? Look and be very sensitive when you look for sources to get the correct answers. It is not always found in the internet. So I ended up checking out a lot of stuff, and I was on one of these events where somebody was talking about pulsed electromagnetic field technology. And it happened to a time when those systems for the home use appeared on the market. It actually happened in Austria for the first time. It was, it was 1993, exactly. This was when it happened, And the guy did a lecture like I did tonight, you know, a lot of people sitting there, and he talked about this super new invention coming from the eastern part of the world. Basic research was done in the former Soviet Union, in Russia, in the Baltic states, and in Japan. Actually, the first prototype of these units, this was developed in the Technical University of Munich in Germany. Interestingly, from a professor who was not medically related, he was a physician. And he figured incidentally out that if he exposed an electromagnetic wave with a certain frequency range and a certain intensity range to a human tissue, to a human person, that they start sleeping. They start fall asleep. So actually the first prototype of a PMF device was called the sleeping machine. You know? He put people asleep with this machine. Who has a mat? Who experienced that still?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, you know? If you cannot sleep, go on it, go on intensity 10, 24 minutes, hasta la vista. You're done after 6 to 8 minutes. If you use the brainwave entrainment with the night organ clock plus green light, you're done after 4 minutes. You know, this is the first experienced effect exposing PMF to human organism. It was called the sleeping machine. Everything what we know nowadays, it's just based on people putting on these units and experiencing all kinds of positive reactions. But it all started with improve of sleep. Yeah. And then was this company in Austria, they put all this knowledge in a square box. By the way, I bought one at that time, I still have it and it's still working. So it's 24 years now. So it's still working perfectly. Last year I made a present, I gave it to Ellie. I said I don't need it anymore, she has it at home. My unit, what I bought when I was recovering from my cancer. You know? So yeah. And I bought one of these machines because this guy, he was telling miracle things about that. And one of the main reasons why I bought it was because, you know, it's pretty cool. You buy something, it was a huge load of money at that time. If I compare it, it was about 6,000 to 7,000 Canadian dollars. And it was only one applicator, it was a whole body mat. And it was a very cheap looking box with an on and off button and 1 to 10 intensity. That's it. No timer, nothing. No, nothing, just one applicator. So the cool thing was, you know what you have to do in order to receive this treatment? Nothing. You just have to lie down. How cool is that? You know, no efforts. You don't even have to go somewhere. You can buy it and you can use it in the comfort of your home. So this is pretty cool, right? This is what people want. You know, people do everything for decades to earn their heart attack. And when they get it, they ask the doctor to fix it in 10 minutes. This is how we are, you know. This is how our life is, the reality of our life looks like. If it comes to do worse things, we're very good. And then, you know, we have the people who fix it for us. We all know that it doesn't work like this, you know. But I find it pretty cool, you know. When you are in hospitals a lot, you come to a point where you don't want to go every day to a doctor anymore. And you look for solutions which you can do in the comfort of your home, anytime you want.